All right, now for Gruul. So first of all, I will preface with the fact that Gruul has never killed anyone. When you're on this fight, you want to focus on surviving before all else. This boss will die no matter what. We have the damage. So yeah, just focus on surviving. Do not greed on patches and execute the fight properly. Survive, that's all. Let's talk about his abilities. So first of all, every so often he will cast growth, which will permanently increase all the damage you take from himself, yeah, from him, by 15% every stack. So that's his melees, the hateful strike, also the cave-in. I will explain what it is later. Then the other abilities that he has is the hateful strike. So every so often he will hit extremely high the second top threat in melee range, which means that if you're anyone in melee range, most likely melee DPS, but like anyone, he has hit healers in the past. You can never beat second threats. Never beat second threats. You will die. Actually, he killed someone for the first time last week to melee DPS being second in threat. So yeah, never do that. And now, so cave in. Every so often, you will see some debris falling from the ceiling. Basically, this is the same VFX as you saw in Macteridon. Macteridon is the one-shot debris. This debris is just an AoE that deals damage every second while you stand in it. You want to move out of it. At first, it doesn't do much, but every time he uses growth, it will deal more damage. So at some point, it deals like you really cannot stay in it. So move away. From time to time, he will silence everyone for 4 seconds. And yep. And lastly, the big ability that he does in Ground Slam into Shatter. So every so often, he will cast for like 1 second or 1.5 seconds, hit the ground. We will all be knocked into the air very, very high, very, very far in random directions, all of us. And then we get a 5-second debuff that will make us increasingly slowed. And at the end of the debuff, we get stunned for 2 seconds, and then we explode onto each other, dealing damage to everyone else and receiving damage to everyone else around us at less than 20 yards. And the damage scales depending on how close you are to the other players. This damage goes through bubble, it goes through ice block. So it doesn't go through Petri though. So if you think you're gonna die, you want to Petri this. This is the mechanic that you want to be the most scared of. This is the mechanic that you really want to play for. Do not grid on your Petri. As I said, no one has ever died from it, but many people would have died if they had not Petried. So never grid on Petri on this. If we don't need your damage, the boss will die no matter what. So that's good. So the golden rule for the ground slam shatter is that so you want to spread out right while we are getting increasingly slowed. If you are lucky enough to be knocked near the walls, you want to use the walls. You want to run into the walls as much as you can to give more space to the more unlucky players that are in the center of the room to spread out away from each other. You want to use all of the space. And the golden rule is if you're next to someone, you won't die. None of you will die. If you're next to 2 players, you will take heavy damage. If you're next to 3 players, you will definitely die. So Petri in this case. So yeah, that is it. As for the assigns, we have 1 tank, first threat, a second tank for second threat to tank the hatefuls. And also, we most often have misdirects on cooldown. We have 1 used on pull immediately onto the tank, and then all of the other hunters will roll their misdirect onto the first tank to make sure that both tanks can be as high as they can on threat and allow the DPS to safely do damage. For healing, there's healing assigns with all healers being marked. This is because these positions are loose assigns. You don't have to try hard following them, but we want to make sure all areas of the room are being covered to make sure everyone can be healed. And the marks let the healers know that there's too many of them in one place or not enough of them in one place. We have tank healers and red flex healers. For the classes, this is also loose assigns. You want to be spread out evenly for the shadow stuff. But basically, we have the hunters over there because they can deal damage while moving. We have the mages over there because they can blink to the other side. And the shamans there because the totems can hit everyone if they're like here. Warlocks are there because they don't move fast. But however, please try also to use those spots. So if you're not in a totem group, if you think you can like use those because you don't have to be next to your totem or like somewhere, please use the space. It's not often enough used. So yeah. And that's it. That's it for Gruul. Just focus on surviving and the boss will die. Now let's watch if you want to watch the fight. But that was all for the theory. We have the misdirect being cast onto the tank. We all run in. Melee DPS, you wanna sit on your hands for like 10 seconds until the boss is securely being tanked in the middle. Chris and A-Farm, as you can see right now, are extremely well geared, so they don't take much damage, but the Hateful will definitely kill a melee DPS, which happened last week. So don't think you're safe because you see our Giga Geared tank not take a lot of damage. As you can see on the left right here, it's the debris falling, so people are running away. Oh, also, the ground slam shatter will happen soon. It's a window, by the way. He doesn't use it on cooldown. He can use it or wait a lot, or use it immediately. So I'm not near a wall, so I want to use it as much as I can to give more space in the middle for everyone else to spread out. We all take damage. This was really good RNG. We didn't take a lot of damage. There's been times where like 15 people are sub 30% HP. Like this happens, okay? So don't be complacent with this. Now, I will also say you can pre-bubble and pre-ice block the ground slam, which will make you immune to being knocked away and the slowing debuff. However, you will still explode on others and take damage from the explosion through your immunity. So the very first ground slam that happens, we want to pre-bubble and pre-ice block it for the sole reason that you won't be slowed, so you can run to the walls and give space to everyone else. So I think I'm going to try to do it. Sometimes I'm in a GCD, so I can't bubble in time. But okay, I'm silent, so you can see the silence thing. Okay. Uses growth. Some debris falling. Okay, so ground slam again. Moving away. And boom. There's only 22 of us as well, which makes us take less damage from the shatter. Let's get a bit closer to ground slam. I would like to show you. Maybe, hopefully, I succeeded in bubbling the ground slam. Ground slam. Okay, so I just bubbled, so you can see I'm not getting knocked, and I can run as fast as I can. I'm also not stunned, but now I will explode onto others and take damage from them. But I was not slowed, so I could move in a safe spot. So that's how you do. Same for ice block. And that's it. And now the boss dies. GG's. And that's all.